Hi all, Elaine here from MRE Studio Designs. Today I want to show you how we make this three-piece necklace with a Labradorite faux stone in the middle. The tools are listed and we will have the websites at the bottom of the tutorial. I'm going to start out with a piece of black Primo clay. It's rolled out to a number 2 on our pasta machine. The texture sheet I'm using is Curly Vines, and that's by Cool Tools. Again, the website will be attached. We're using the kitty cat method of imprinting the clay, and we're going to press really hard to get a nice deep imprint. And once that's done, we're going to add our mica powders. And I am using mica powders from Let's Resin. They are Chameleon powders. This is the first time I'm using them. And we're starting off with the Chameleon blue. And we're going to just put it anywhere we want to on the clay, just randomly placing it on wherever you want to. There's no rhyme or reason to this. It's just random, exactly. So we're going to start off with the blue. I'm also using the Chameleon Champagne and the Chameleon Mint and the Chameleon Golden. With that, I'm also going to add some Pearl X Aztec Gold. So we're just going to keep putting that all over until the entire piece is covered. And again, as I said, it's very random. You just put them anywhere you want to. And these colors are really nice. They're very vibrant. This one is the champagne. And we're just filling in blank spaces, just filling the whole thing up. Until we're completely covered. Okay, these are the cutters I'm going to use. These two blue ones are actually part of a three-piece set from Creative Dorks. They have a nice website on Etsy. I'll leave the link below. The middle part was a little too small for the cabochon that I'm going to use, so I'm using a larger teardrop and a smaller teardrop for the earrings. That I was able to fit everything on this one sheet. So we have the centerpiece, the two end pieces of the necklace, plus we're going to add the two earrings. Takes a little bit of fiddling to get them to all fit, but we did get them on there. I like the cutters from Creative Dork. They're very sharp and they cut really nicely. I've actually gotten a few different sets from them already, and I really like them. Okay, so we're getting those all cut out. And once they are cut out, we're going to put this through our first bake, which is going to be at the manufacturer's suggested 275 for about 20 minutes, because this is only the first bake that we're going to do. Actually going to go through a couple more. Get those all nice and cut out. I was really happy that I was able to fit all of them on the one sheet. And as I said, this is going to go into the preheated 275-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Okay, while that's baking, I rolled out a piece of the silver Primo clay and textured that with the same texture sheet and cut that out for the centerpiece. This is going to be the bezel that's going to go on top of the baked piece. I cut it out, and here is the centerpiece already baked. And we're going to use some bacon bond to add the bezel and the cabochon. I missed a little tiny piece, but that happens sometimes. Okay, we're going to place that on there and try to center it as best we can. So put the cabochon in there as well. Needs a little fiddling. And there we go. And we're going to just press that down, make sure everything's connected well. And fix any centering that we need to do. We're also going to add a little piece around the stone to help keep it in place. Just a skinny strip. Put it around the outside of the stone. Just lightly tapping it into place and pressing it up against the stone. The Labradorite stones that I'm using, I actually made for a different project and had some left over. I'll do a tutorial on how I made them another time. But I had 3 left over, one larger one that I'm using in the middle here, and 2 smaller ones for the earrings. Now, I liked the way this looked, but I thought maybe the centerpiece needed a little bit of texture, so I got a ball tool out and just textured it lightly all around the sides. And you can do this, or you could leave it plain. It's totally up to you what you do. And this is the way it looks when it's completely textured. And we're going to add just a little bit of the Pearl X Silver, just to make it out a little pop a little bit too. I'm just going to make it pop a little. And you could use any kind of mica powders you want, whatever you have. With the Chameleon powders, I not only got the actual mica powders, but I got the chunky ones as well. They're really pretty. I haven't used them yet, so that'll be in a future tutorial, I guess. Okay, so once we have that done the way we want it, we're going to make sure everything's nice and even. And that will go into the oven for another 15-20 minutes at 275. Make sure everything's nicely connected. You want to clean up any edges so you don't have to worry about it afterwards. And that's the piece for the middle. Now, once that comes out of the oven, we're going to apply some bacon bond and put a backing on it. Now, this is just a flat piece of silver Primo clay, and we're going to just stretch it slightly to come over the edges. I know some people like to use Jessima tutorials. They have a nice tutorial on a smearing technique, but I like this one. It's basically the same thing. It's put on at the same time you put the backing on. And you just smooth it out all around the edges. You take your time, make sure everything's nice and flat. You don't have any air bubbles anywhere. And then you just smooth it out and cut off any excess. Points are always a little more difficult, but it's not terrible. So we're going to just keep smoothing that all over until we get it exactly the way we want it. Now to this, on the sides, I'm going to add some jump rings. Unfortunately, my camera cut out on me at the time, but as you can see there, I have the 2 jump rings on either side to attach the side pieces to. Now you can texture the back, you can leave the back plain. I like to brush it a little, give it that brushed silver look with the metal brush tool, and I go in both directions. It's just my preference. You can do whatever you want for your backing. And then I'm going to add some silver to this as well. Along the whole back and along the edges. And it doesn't take much to do this. It's not going to use much powder at all. Now I do suggest that whenever you make a piece of your own, that you sign it some way. I have a little stamp that I use that says MRE on it, and I'm going to put that onto a scrap piece of clay. I tap the stamp in the blue mica powder first. It kind of makes it stand out because I'm going to resin these, and sometimes if you don't have a different color in there, when you put the resin on, it kind of disappears. So I've started putting resin on my stamp first before I stamp the clay, and it comes out very well. I like it a lot. And we're going to add a little bacon bond because of the mica powder that's on the back. You want to make sure that it sticks well. And you can use bacon bond, you can use translucent liquid clay, you could use whatever you want to, whatever you normally use. I usually use the bacon bond. And we're just going to press that down a little bit, make sure that it adheres well. And then this, and I did all the rest of the pieces as well with all the jump rings needed. And this is going to go in for the final bake at 275 degrees for 30 minutes. And this is what comes out. This is our finished piece. So I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please hit like, subscribe, or share, and we'll see you next time.